Sudoku. Not sausage brew. Some part of me just feels like I shouldn't be here right now. I should have some other thing I'm doing, like sleep. And yet I'm here. Not about what I would rather be doing, more about what my body needs. Okay. When first considering what number should go where, I try to look at a number that might be easy. There you go, the number 3. But that doesn't fall true for other numbers as easily or whatever. But 6 was done simple. Next, there is 7, which, I don't know. Then there's 2. 2 doesn't give me anything to go from, except for this, which then limits it to one of, get this, 2 options. But this 2 makes it clear that it has to be this 2, which then makes it clear it has to be that 2. And then it's not even clear. What? Like, here's a 1. The other one has to be somewhere. We don't know which one it is. But since this one has to be here, that still doesn't tell us where the other 2 ones need to be. This one is here. So that tells me I failed. Here's a 5. Another 5. 5 again. 5. And 5. Yay. Last number is 9. 9. It's probably 9, because that leaves this 9 to be here. Because you can't put it like it just has to be that anyway. Of course it is this. There's another 9. There's the last 9. There's a 1 somewhere. Probably here. The other one's up here. There you go. 3, 8, 3, 3, 3, and 3. 4 is here, and there, and there. 8 is here, there, and there, there, and here. The remaining 4 is here. 7, 7, sorry, 7, 7, 7, 7, and 7. So my brain can work in those terms, it's just I don't do that on the next pass with medium because my brain doesn't want to do that. 9, and I don't know why. Just doesn't want to. Next number found is 9, which is ironic. Try to think of other number I can think of. 3, 6, 1 is interesting, but that's not helpful enough. 4, 2, 4, 7 is neat. It also has 2. Here's 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 3. Okay, of those, if I'm not mistaken, if you have, say, 3, 4, 5, all of those are taken, meaning this has to be 2, this has to be 8. Yes. And then we have something like this, where there's a 6, 8, 1, 7, just doesn't give me any information. This one also equally not as interesting. But again, if we think of this as taking 4, then this is not a 4. And also 3 is taken and the other 4. So that's something. Leaves us with a trinary. Also 5 in the block. So that's nice. Leaving us with less stuff to think about for later. 3 in either one of these positions still leaves it open to interpretation. 5, 8, 7, 4, 2. 2 is fine. An odd. 1 works either way, so we can't eliminate yet. And then similarly, this 1, 9 plus 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 1, all of that trinary nonsense, and the 3, and the other 3, I don't know. None of that shines to me. And this one equally doesn't. But if I were to consider a block, I would be like, I still can't find anything. Each square has duplicates within the square, and the 5 the things do that thing. M5 with the 6, 9. But the 9 is in this row for this one. We can tell that because it's not here and it's not there. So therefore, these are false nines. That's some noise we can remove. And that means that the only nines are here and here. That's something. Or at least it's less noise. And again, if we look here, we have an 8 and a 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we think of 6, 7, shut up. If we think about it though, 6, 7, 2, and then 6, 7, 5, then we should be able to reduce that. But not really, because it's not completely foolproof about how. And 3, 4, 5, 5, and then 1, 4, 4, 4, 5 pair, 1, 6 pair, but it's 1, 9 1, 9, 5 triple. No, it's all mixed. I can't see. There's nothing. Here's a 2, but it's not clear. Dang it. So what do we have? I don't know. I'm looking. 7 is like, okay, we have a 7 here and there, so it's not stuck anywhere. Ooh, all over the place. And there's 8s, and if the 8, then other 8s, and then if the 8s, then this is the lower 8, or that is, and then this, but then it's these 8s that give us these 8s alternate, and I can't resolve. And I'm looking for it. Wait, this column, 3. There you go. That's a 3. Yeah. And then you have 4, 7, 4, 7, 6, and the 2 8s. So that doesn't help. Does the 3 help? Well, the 3 would limit the other places for 3s be the bottom, right? Because when I 3, then I have to wait. Yeah, the 3 was because of column. So because of that, we now have only this to work with, and that. So that's less noise, but it's not enough to do anything with. If 8 and 9 over there, 5 over here, 3, 2, 3, 2, 6, 6, 6, 1, 1, 3, 1, 8, 8, 8, 1, 1. Wait, okay, think about this. If 1 does, in here or there, 1 can't in this block. That means these 1s are false, which means that's a 3. Does that make sense? If it has to in this block, it removes the ones on the previous other blocks. So that's a 3. Interesting. The only 3 in this block is here. Ah. And then so on and so forth. And such. If 1, 4, 4, 7, 1, and 4, I don't know. 6. Oh, for crap's sakes, that's just a 7 now. Easy. Delaney sisters. Never mind. We got 5-2 pair. That's a 3. That's not a 2. That's a 9. That's an 8. Pairs are so nice. It's so easy to go and just do things. And cascades are also nice in the 5. Which then leaves us 1-6 pair, meaning this is not a 6. That's not a 6. That's not a 1. That's a 4. Vertical 1-6 pair. That's impossible. How does that work? It's literally a 1-6 pair. Oh, I'm stupid. That's not how that works. Never mind, shut up. It's not. I know what I. Wait, there's other things. There's other things. There's so many other things. It continues to cascade. I didn't need to even think of the 1-6. There are other things. For example, the 1-9 up here means this is not 1-9 in the block. That is true. Okay. Cool. And then, 7-8, 7-8, 7-8, 2, 1, 6, things. 2, 4, if 4 doesn't, 4, what am I missing? Oh, there's gotta be something else. Oh, 1-6-1-6. Clearly the alternate is the other 1, but if I 1 here, then I would have to 1 there, or the other one. And I don't know which one I would 1. Oh, that's weird. Vertical 5. There you go. 5. There you go. We got 7. 2. 8. 4. 7. 1. 9. 6. 9. 1. 6. 4. 2. Now, if I was smart enough to be able to see the pattern, I'd be just dialing these in so rapidly that I would be like, oh, I'm on top of this. I know where this goes, and all the things that I just said that do happen in the order of, or out of order, for that matter. And I would just be done. Moving on to medium. That was lightning. It just cascades, and if I just think of how the patterns go, then I can something question mark. Looking for individual numbers, we don't see any, but we do see stuff like 5, 5, 5, 9, 3, forcing 6. So that's good. And then we got 5, 9, 5, 9, 5, 9, 3, 7. So that's 7. Interesting. Nice. It doesn't give us anything obvious, but that's at least a start. And then we got 5, 5, 5. This is the only 2, so that's a convenient adjacent stuff happening. And then we have it 5, 5. But if it's 5, 5, 5, 5, a 2, or all numbers seem to be anywhere. So we don't know. Looking outward, I see a 3. That's just the only 3 that could be. So that's good. And then we have 3 on the outsides, and 3 in the middle is the only 3. It doesn't interfere with the other 3s, but we don't know. But we have this, where it's like it has to be one of those, and it's any one of them. And if only I had that combined with something else, making 5 free, something else happening, that'd be cool. 5252. These are not 5s or 2s. So that's cool. We derived 1 5 pair, 9 1 and 5 pair. That's neat. Um, 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 5 3 7 3 7 5 6 6 column. Got it. 6 unknown. But also 4 5 9 2 2 4 2 4 2 also 2 could and 2 many. But 2 must if vertical 2 is, so 2 can't, so 2 must. Here we go. See the math? The thing is this, it must up here, so it also should down below. There is trajectory. Also, this is not a 5. 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 So much information overload. Just gone. Nice. Okay. Oh, it's nice. Doody 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 doo. If 3, then doesn't 3. So 3 could, but if 3 could, 3 does also. So 3 can. If 9 could, 9 does, 9 can. And of this, I don't know. Of this, no. I literally scan everything just multiple times looking for, like, is there an individual 7 or something? Or this is a 1, but there's also a 1. And then there's 1919. And the 19 doesn't correspond with anything else except for this 195, which isn't enough. Oh, what can I work with? 53534. Not enough. 1214 7 8 7 vertical. 7 7. Well, if 7 vertical, then 7 must not in the other row. By the same rule as the other one, and this makes this a 7. Nice. Just because we don't know where they are doesn't mean we don't know where they can't remain. I love that. Like, it's interesting to find these noise reduction patterns. If I 5252, then not 2, and 846 triple, if I were to, but I am not sure. Because this is also a quad up here, and it's similar pattern, but it's not sure. Hawksure. Um, that's a deep cut. Um, Next number 7, concentrate. 7, 7, 7. Vertical. Vertical 7. Yes, that is the only vertical 7 except for this one in the block. We've established this. I literally just established that. Oh my god. And if we consider this to be the 7 in the other block, then that precludes other 7s, which we don't have need to exclude. So that's great. Everything is all binary. I hate it. Shut up. No, I don't care about your... Just look at the puzzle. Don't think of other things to do with words. If you are, shush. It's not relevant to the puzzle. Binary refers to things like 9191 is a binary. Okay. Similarly, you have like 41412 and then 2 with the 96964. So all of those are in the complete mixture together, and there's no way of separating them. There has got to be. There usually is something, but there just is not. What do I have? Like 9s and 1s, and if one can, then one also could. If one could, one can. If one could and one does, one also can. Everything has ones everywhere. 4 is a little bit more constrained, but it's not enough. It's everywhere. It's ridiculous. Where's like something I can become solid with? Like these ones. These ones aren't enough because there's these ones. And so you gotta consider like vertical 8, which is must be here. And if is was and not other than 1, 4, 5 and 2. Wait a second. 1, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. That's not enough. That literally leaves us with a fourth option, which is 1, 4, 5, 8, which is everything. Leaving, again, not enough to go on. And the 6 considered. And the 5s. Or the 5s, so the 4. Or the 2 of the 8. And nothing, just absolutely nothing is found in only one place. The 7s are alternate. The 6s are alternate with triple. But the 6 is with itself a thing that then affects the 2s, which is like the 8 or the 8, or the 8 or the 8, or the 8 or the 9 or the 8 or the 9. Wait, if 8 or 9, if not 8, then if not 8, then 9, if not 8, then 9. You can't have both. So that would make it so that you need to have 8 somewhere else, which could be in one of these two places, or 4. So it's like 9, and then, well, if this, let's say this is 8, then you have a lot of things polarized and stuff, and this is a binary that I'm triggering with this 8. And that leaves this, and that seems correct, which leaves this 9, which breaks everything. So it's a false. This can't be. And so where the hell did I just take 7? Okay, screw you. So if that, and instead I do the 9 is here, then we have this 6. So we just went down 2 paths, and we found out the one path is false. This path must be true. And then that's a 4, not a 9. And then this is a 6. And then that leads to, I don't know, less information actually. Interesting. Question mark. Faceplant. Gumdrop. Um, don't ask. 5353539 for 1-8 is probably a 1-8 pair if I had to guess. If all the sum of these four pieces is four numbers, and this is a 1-8-1-8, then those must be a 1-8 pair. Is a random just grab. But it's like an extension of the other rule. It's just a longer version, because if I consider that to be, it's like, let's say if I did this as 5, then the 3-4-9 equals a triple, which then forces everything else into. Also, the other thing is this block only has these spaces for 8 and 1. So everything other than 8 and 1 needs to go away from, go out of that as possibilities, because there's no other place to put 8 and 1. That's the other way to put it. That's the other way to say it. So like these cannot be 4, 3, or 5. So that's a lot of noise just removed because of the necessity of the 1-8s on where they can be. Cool. In the block, that is. Or in the row. Both exist. Both of those are true. The row and the block. So then we don't have any more information about other things, but we get less noise. So I love less noise. And then we have this, which is 6 in the column. Why did I say 6? There is no 6 in this column. Where is the 6? Why am I thinking about a 6? Is that the 6? How did I see that? I didn't even look there. 6 where? What? Whatever, that's a 6. Okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, whatever. There's no concerns here. If we consider 5-2 pair, then we have to exclude the other 2 or the 4, because, or I don't know. And the 1s have to be here and the 8s have to be vertical, which forces the 8s to be here and then the 1s to be here or there. And then also the 1s are here and the 1s are also here and the 1s are here. And the 5s are whoever the hell said they are. But if 2, well, that's a 2 in the row. So there you go. You got a 2 somewhere. Yay. Not super helpful, but we did it. Okay, and then you got 2, 5, 4, which is nice, leaving 8 and 5. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. But also it does. But also it could be the other way. I love that for me. If the 8-1 pair doesn't 8-1 match, then I don't 8-1 myself. The 4 must be somewhere in this vertical. No. The 4 must be somewhere in all of this, but then there's a 1. That's just a 1 in the bar, the row. So we solve for that. And then there's the other 1, which this 8. And then we have a 4, which leads to 9, leading to 2. leading to 8, 8, a typo. It is an 8, and the 5, the 4, 1, 8. Like, greater minds can see all of this pattern that should 8. And then 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 2. You can't all of that, so it must 2. This must 5. Right? Can't have 5 in 3 places. The 2 is the only place and it could have 2'd. The have to. And then the 4. Similar. 3, 3, 3, which is 5. This is another 4, which should give me more things, but I don't see where that gives me things. Why don't I see it? Oh God. To have the answer so close and yet still be binary or something. And I'm like, I hate you. But this is a 4 somewhere. And 8? Is that an 8 discovery? There you go. 8, the only 8 possible anywhere. There you go. Done. Now what? Oh, it doesn't actually help much. Great for me. Love that. It's always the way, isn't it? There's like a rule about the least interfering number is the one you're gonna find. And that sucks. My hands hurt. Oh look, five free, 5 free pair means not 3 is 9 in the block. There you go. And then also not 3 in the column. There you go. That's nice, leaving us with still options that are not defined, except for if we look at the remaining numbers, which is 7, which is still, oh, now 9, now 1, 5. It should collapse now. Thank God. If I could only look at individual numbers and know these things. Or have a perspective that was further than an inch from my face. That'd be great. Like wearing glasses. Give. And that is today's puzzle, done in 40 minutes. Felt longer than it should, definitely. This puzzle was 20 minutes. It's kind of close. I think I did okay on medium. I did okay on that, and hard was the longer puzzle, but it's fine. And if my faculties were all together, I could shave off 10 minutes off that. That'd be great. Whatever. We could go directly into level 5. Why not? What do I care? God, part of me hates myself. Part of me. Which part? Scanning everywhere, I don't see a single number that I can derive out of simple Sudoku, so I'm going to have to resort to something else. But this is a 3, or this is the 3, which results in anywhere over here, except for this one, obviously. And the thing, and the 2 leaves for double 2 possible. 2 square, 2's, and 2, and 2, and 2, and 2, 2, and 2, and 2, 8. That's an 8. There you go. We found a number. Whoa. Is that our first number? Oh, shit. If I consider this to be on the bottom, then this is on this side, and this is on this side, which it has to be, then on the bottom is, or other is, and I don't know. And this is either one of these, and this is either one of those. And similar for 4 with 4. If 4 or 4, 4 does, 4 could, and 3, 3, 3 anywhere. Except for here, forcing the 3 to be here. That's interesting. Ha ha ha. Yes, because if 3 must middle, then 3 had to, and also, like, because there's nowhere else for this to go in that entire row. It was all blocked off. So that was easy. And then if you look at the red, well, it wasn't easy, but I found it anyway. And then for, usually I do some kind of candidate. And then if I 9, then I 9, or I 9. And I don't know. And if I 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. If 4 or 4, most likely, maybe, or if unlikely, which is possible, and not 4. So 4, really, I mean, if you have to go low, it's anywhere in this or it's here. So that gives me nothing, as well as up here. Same difference. No information about it. And then 5, if I consider this 5 block, this 5 block, that 5 block, this 5 block, and this 5, if I had to vertical anything in this row, it can only 5 in this one. So that means it must be there. So that's something. And if I have to 7 anywhere, I could 7 in here, and only here, and anywhere here, except for here. 8. 8 is 2 spaces, which is alternate. And then 4 is down, and then 4 is anywhere. What is the next number? Oh god, that's a straight up 2. That's just the simplest 2 ever. And then it's 2 up, and then we don't know about the other 2. But if 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Because if, but we don't know. Could any of those? And then here with this is already a 2. Well, we have to 2, or we could 2, is the thing. We already 2 and 2, so we can only 2 and 2. Let's move off of 2. 5 doesn't look like it's constrained enough to work with. Unless 5, then 5, or 5 or 5. So if 1 is undefined. What are these numbers? 3, 5, and Um, 4, well, 4 has to be in the bottom 2. So then you have, and 3 cannot be in the bottom 1. So if 4, 3, and 5, 4 can't be here, so it could be 3. 5, it's a weird trinary that's like, it is one of 2 spaces, but we don't know which. And then the 4 of the other one. Let's start candidate. So if I were to consider this to be 3, 5, this to be 3, 5, and 4, this is 4, 5, then on this side we would have 4 and 4, and 5 and 5, and 3. We would also have 3 everywhere else in here except for bottom. And then if I consider 5, and then if I consider 5, not there. Okay. Considering 1, I guess. Might as well. Good time as any. Sorry. Force habit. Okay. Considering 2. Ugh. That was not fun. I say don't hold in your sneeze. What did I just do? Pop out an eyeball. Oh, that's a very limited 2 in that one. And then this is already taken, and then this is already considered. 3. Uh, 3 is considered. 4. Did I consider the 4s already? All of them? No. So then, where are all the other 4s? Starting from this side, we have here, there, there. This block is the easiest one to do. We've already considered these 4, so therefore it can't be here, meaning it must be either this side or that side. Then we have here, here, and there, and not there. Also, 3, 5. Yeah, we've already thought of that. So then 5s are considered. It looks right. Well, that's a freaking not 5. So that was dumb. What the hell is wrong with me? What do you mean? Just, yeah, considered and reconsidered. So let's go to sixes. Sixes here, and there, and there. And then it's all over this. And apparently it's in here already. I don't remember it being there. And it should be here, I think. And then here and there. I only have a number that fits in that block. It's a lot of numbers. Six is considered in this block already. That one and this one. Six, 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 six. And this. Why does this one not have a block, a six in it, and a six in it? Okay. Is that all the sixes? Oh, and I do seven now. So seven, seven, seven. Seven, seven. Why do I do this? All the stupid prep work, if only I could do it faster. Like 9, 8, and shit. But I don't want to do random numbers. I want to do just the numbers that I know. And whatever. What is that? That's a 9, isn't it? Isn't that just a straight up 9? I'll have to look again later. Let's call it a 9. Yeah. Was it a 9 or a 3? No. It's everything is taken. Okay, 9. There you go. 7? Yeah, it could be I said could be a 7. I said it could be a 7. Not that it is one. Y'all listen better. I said it could be a 1, 7. One of those. Now considering 8s. Whoops. 8, 8. Son of a bitch. Okay. 8, 8. And then 8, 8. All considered, what can be in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, I gotta consider the 9s now. 9, 9. 9, 9, 9. 9 must. So that blocks out some things. And then 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. The fuck? Never mind. And if 9 doesn't, then 9 does. So don't even put them on the other section. The middle is not 9 because the middle has to be 9 here. Right. Why would I even do this? It's just the same puzzle, isn't it? I don't know. That's a 9. vertical, 9 vertical. 9 here is the only 9s. And the 9 here are the only 9s. And 9 here are the triple 9s. What do we got? We got 4 that doesn't belong, right? Yeah, couple of them. Some meandering 4s. And then we got 7, 6, 1. Nope. 5. That was it. What the shit? I'm not supposed to auto candidate. Damn it, this is supposed. Ah, fuck, fake it, shit. Freaking. God damn it. At what point did I freaking press. Wait, why is 5s? Okay. Load of 7s I didn't place. Probably because I was on the wrong freaking mode. God damn it. Nothing seems to be blinking, which is disappointing because it's either I could have eliminated. Oh, there's something that's blinking. What the shit? Auto candidate has all sorts of other options for that number. 157, 147. Why is it not 147? I don't know. I hate that. 6 is also a possible 7. I thought I already checked. And this one's blinking a 9. So this 9 is false because I'm stupid. I put a 9 there. Or that means this is not a 9. And I already did a different candidate. So that's a. Wait, no, it's just. Should. I don't know. Why the hell would I say that's a possible 9? God damn it. Auto candidate, of course, takes less time, but this freaking bus is just moving. If we could. If you won, you won. But if one down, then one doesn't down otherwise. Right? Yeah. And something. Shit. If two. I don't know. Two. If one does and one. If one must, one can't. Right. That's a 9. Just straight up. Is it actually a 3? Well, cheating would tell me that it could be a 1. And so could this, because I don't pay attention. Also, somehow this is a mislabeled as... Why the shit? Wait, why did I fucking do that on purpose? You think? Yeah, I did. Just 2 seconds ago, I did. So there you go. Not a 3. Not a 3. God dang it. People wonder how I have goldfish. You don't even have a clue. How do you goldfish Sudoku? I don't freaking know. That's the whole thing about it. That's the whole allure of all this slur. Nervous. Haberdasher. I don't know what else. Blah blah blah. I don't even know if I got the right numbers down. But if 1412 and 1 means if for 3, 5, we already said. And if the other one is 1, 4, so it says for, doesn't say enough, and this doesn't say enough, this doesn't say enough. There's something like a 9 I can look at. There you go. There's a 9. There's a 9, 8. There's a 9 up there. 9s aren't good enough. If I consider 1, could be either 1. 4, 5, 4, 6, 1, 4, 6, 1, 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 7. 7, 7, 7. Shit. You better take it back or we will both be sorry. I don't want credit debt. What? Don't want credit debt. Oh. The fuck? Don't. I feel like I filled in the number and I didn't unfill the other thing and I don't know what it is. And I can't put my finger on it. It's just a hunch. Ah, shit, I'm right on top of it. There's a 3. There ain't supposed to be a 3 there. Or there. Is that only a 6? For real? That's a cascade I missed. If that's really only a 6. Could it be a 1? No. 2, 3, 4. No. 5? No. 6. So it's a 6. There you go. That's not a 6. That's not a 6. That's not a 6. God dang it. This is your brain on manual. Bullshit. That's not a 7. That's not a 7. That's not a 7. Okay. And the 1, the 5, 6, 4, 4, 4, 1, 4, and 6, and 3, and 7, 1, and 4, and 3, and the 7, 1, and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not a 3, or is it? Not a 7. Not a 7. Could that be anything but an 8? I don't know, but that's a 3. We hope. Yes. And this is somehow, obviously, everything 3, 8. Not an 8. Not an 8. Okay. 5, 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, 8, 9. Looks like an 8. These look like they could be 8s. Why aren't they labeled as could be 8s? Because they ain't. That forces this 8. Dingus. Cool. Well, so we gotta remove or do things about whatever things are about doing and the doing of it. That's not a 3. Cool. That means this is a 3. Which means those... Never mind. It doesn't tell me anything. That's not a 6. Those aren't 4s. That's not a 4. That's not 4. That's a 4. That's not a 4. That's a 4. Those aren't 4s. That's not a 6. That's not a 6. Those aren't 6s. Don't do dee bip. Don't do da be do. 1. Not a 7, not a 7. Not a 1. Do do da be de be. Do do da dee do. We better change it back or we will both be sorry. That's not a 9. That means it's a 9. 8, 6, 8, 6. 7, 8, 7, 8. No. 1, 2, 1, 2. Not a 1. It's a 6. That's not a 6. That's not a 6. That's not a 4. Woohoo. That's a 7. It's not a 7. It's a 5. That's not a 7 or 5. That's not 7. That's a 6. Don't. Oh. Chew up. That's not 7. That's not 7. Don't. It's 5. It's a 1. That is a 1. That's not a 1. Chew up. Ba-doop, ba-doop. That's not a 1. That's a 9. It's labeled as a possible 9 because it's stupid. Well, what the shit is it? Not a 9. What could it be? It also couldn't be anything. I have failed. Son of a bitch. On these type of puzzles, I can't. I just will not. I refuse. What the hell did I do? I have no idea what the hell is wrong with me. What happened about all of this shit? Well, okay, this is to be a 9. That means this is the 1. This would be a 9. Is it salvageable? That's still a 6. Yeah, that's a 7. That's a 6. Not a 7 or a 6. Not a 7. Sorry, not a. What did I just say? Not a 6. Not a 6. Is it salvageable? 7, 6. Not a 7. Not a 7. Not a 7. How did I fail? Whatever, we found 7. That's a 1. That's a 1. Yeah, that's a 1. This is not a 1. That's a 5. This is a 2. That's a 7. So not 2s. Not 5s. These are not 7s, which forces this to be a 7. 6, 2, 8, 6, 8, 7, 4, 5, 3. Why does that make sense? I don't know. Just not 4. What is this? A 5. Okay, which makes these not 5s. Makes this a 1. Obviously, because this has to be a 5. Making this a 1, 3, 5, 3. Well, I don't know then. Is this not, shut up. This is a 3. What is this? An 8? This is an 8, what is this? An 8? Fuck you. I give up. No, I give up. I can't with this. What do you mean? I thought I followed it correctly, that it, and it, wait, why did I say it has to be 2? Because this is a 7. I mean, this is 2. I mean, this is not 2. This is not 5. I mean, this would be 4. So this is not 3. So this is 3. This is 5. This is 1. This is nothing. What could this be? Nothing. Oh, we already have a fail state. Where? Wait, how did you still fail? Okay. When did... What? Okay. I give up. Well, that was a fail. We did the rest of it in 40 minutes.